Have you ever imagined one of golf's biggest superstars being told he can no longer play in a tournament he already won? Not because of poor form, not because of injury, not because he broke any rules, but simply because the PGA Tour changed the rulebook. That unbelievable possibility is now surrounding Rory McIlroy, and it has sparked one of the biggest debates in professional golf. A tournament where Rory lifted the trophy. A tournament he returns to every year. A tournament considered the perfect preparation for the Open Championship. Could he really be locked out? Even more surprising, world number one Scottie Scheffler has stepped in to back Rory's position, warning that the PGA Tour must be careful before making changes that could permanently alter the identity of some of golf's most historic events. So what's really happening? Is Rory McIlroy actually facing a ban? Or is this another misunderstanding that's spreading across the golf world? Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the PGA Tour's proposed changes, why Rory is speaking out now, why Scottie Scheffler agrees with him, and why the future of some of golf's most iconic tournaments could depend on what happens next. Let's dive in. At first glance, everything appears perfectly normal. Rory McIlroy has returned to the Genesis Scottish Open, one of his favorite tournaments on the calendar. It's a place filled with good memories after his dramatic victory in 2023, and once again, he's hoping to lift the trophy before heading into the final major championship of the season. Held at the Renaissance Club in North Berwick, Scotland, the Scottish Open has become far more than just another PGA Tour stop. For many of the world's best players, it's the ideal opportunity to adjust to links golf before competing at the Open Championship. The timing couldn't be better. The weather, the conditions, the style of golf, everything closely resembles what players will face 1 week later. That's exactly why this year's field is packed with talent. 14 of the world's top 20 players are competing for a prize fund worth approximately $9 million, with the winner taking home more than $1.5 million. On paper, the tournament has never looked stronger. The atmosphere is electric. The competition is world-class. Fans have every reason to believe the Scottish Open will continue growing for years to come. But behind the scenes, a completely different conversation is unfolding. While players are focusing on birdies and bogeys, PGA Tour executives are planning one of the biggest structural changes professional golf has seen in decades. And those changes could completely reshape who gets to play in tournaments like this one. The proposal centers around a brand new competitive system expected to launch in 2028. Instead of the current schedule, the PGA Tour wants to divide its events into two distinct levels. At the top would be the new Championship Series. Think of it as golf's premier division. This elite calendar would feature roughly 24 events, including all 4 major championships, the Players' Championship, and international team competitions like the Ryder Cup and President's Cup. Each Championship Series event would offer at least $20 million in prize money. Fields would be limited to approximately 120 players. There would be no sponsor exemptions, no alternate list, and every player would have to earn their place through performance. The goal is simple: make every event feel bigger, increase the level of competition, and ensure the world's best golfers face each other more often throughout the season. Below that would sit the Challenger Series. This second division would include at least 20 tournaments with purses of around $4 million or more. Players would fight for promotion into the Championship Series through consistent performance or by winning multiple events. On paper, it sounds exciting. A promotion and relegation system similar to European football, higher stakes, more meaningful tournaments, greater rewards for consistent excellence. It's a concept many fans have actually welcomed, but hidden within those new rules is one detail that has everyone talking. Players competing in the Championship Series would generally not be allowed to enter Challenger Series events. The two tours would remain largely separate. And that's where Rory McIlroy's concern begins. Because if one particular tournament fails to meet Championship Series requirements, even someone like Rory McIlroy could suddenly become ineligible to compete. That's because the Genesis Scottish Open currently offers a purse of around $9 million. While that's a massive amount of money by almost any standard, it's still nowhere near the proposed $20 million minimum needed for Championship Series status. If the Scottish Open is classified as a Challenger Series event under the new system, Championship Series players, including Rory McIlroy, Scottie Scheffler, and many of golf's biggest stars, could be prohibited from entering. Just think about that for a moment. A former champion, one of the sport's biggest attractions, a player who helped elevate the tournament's global profile, unable to defend his title simply because of a scheduling rule. That's the scenario causing concern throughout the golf world. Now, before we go any further, it's important to clear up one major misconception. Rory McIlroy has not been banned. He remains fully eligible to compete today. Nothing has changed for this week's tournament. This is entirely about what could happen when the new system is introduced in 2028. And that's exactly why Rory has decided to speak now, before these rules become final. Rather than waiting until the damage is done, he's urging the PGA Tour to reconsider how these historic national opens fit into the future of professional golf. Because, in Rory's eyes, this debate isn't just about him. It's about preserving the soul of tournaments that have existed for generations.